Hello, and thank you for deciding to be part of us today. And today's story, no one have ever heard of this story apart from me and me alone. And I know my family members, some of them might relate to it. Don't worry, it was long time ago, but I know I made them worried. But let me give you the story. It was after I have finished high school, and in the high school I had a good friend of mine who we used to help one another in everything we are doing. Actually, he was that person who you could say is the best friend of yours. So after finishing form 4, you are just in at the your home place doing nothing, maybe helping parent here and there to do one and two. But as we are going on with work, after a month after we have finished form 4, it was allowed January 15 because we finished around December, close to December, so it was a month and some 1 week or some days on top of it. So after that 1 month, I received a phone call from that friend of mine telling me, oh, I have lost my dad. And as a friend, I had one thing only I can help this guy with. You see, you either can help the person with maybe financial if you will not be available, or go and help him with physical support. And for me, I had no financial aid, so the only thing I had is to go and support this guy. Just go during that burial day or maybe a day area to support this guy, and so that to show him that even if I don't have anything I can do, this is something that has already happened, but I can support you, and this is the best I can do. And that's what I did. But remember, I have finished for 4. I have no money, and on top of that, I'm still under my parents' rule and control. So it's not something that you can wake up and leave tomorrow. So after I received the phone, I was like, how will I tell my parents that I'm going to the burial of a friend of mine who they even have never seen or they don't know? And on top of that, it's a friend who we studied together at high school. And you see, I'm done with my high school, so they'll be like, why do you even care that much? But I don't know that whether there is the thing they could tell me, but I didn't try to ask them. So I waited during the day of burial, and I allowed 10 a.m. in the morning. I decided, you know what, I can ask for permission to go in burial. And the best thing is, they never said no. They told me, okay, you want to go here, and asked for some pocket money so that I can be able to travel. But for them to allow me to go, I was so worried that they would not let me go because the burial was a little bit far from my home state. So I read that the burial would be somewhere close to my home place, where I would just need very few money so that I can be able to reach the destination. And they allowed me to go, and I can say by good luck or bad luck, I was on time because I traveled. I used a bus to reach to the nearest bus station to that guy's home where they were burying their father. So I used a bus to go to that place. Then after we reached to the bus station, I reached on my destination, I arrived and started looking for means to go to that place. You see, sometimes you find in Kenya, those interior part, there is no matatu, no buses who goes to that place. So the only thing I could have used is a motorbike to transport me, because I had no enough money for Uber or maybe a taxi. So I had to ask for a matatu, for motorbike. And I can say after trying to figure out the amount of money I had, I realized that, oh man, I cannot be able even to afford a motorbike. You see, because I lied to my parents, I'm going close. So they just give me some pocket money. because where I lied to them I was going, it would not even costed me any kind of transportation fee, or I wouldn't pay anything for transport because it was very close to my place. So they knew they just given me some money maybe for lunch or something like that. And because I couldn't afford to ride on a motorbike, so what I did, for those who have come from Africa or third world country, they know this. When you don't have any opportunity and there is a lorry passing by, then that is you are ride to wherever you are going. And the best thing, this lorry had two people who were hanging on it. So and I'm like, okay, why can't I be a third person to hang on it? Furthermore, the minibus which I'm waiting for it to take me to the barrio is far away, and this was not a scheduled transport. So this minibus could come at any time. You could find they have come at 11 a.m. Then the next one is coming around 3 p.m. So I was sure of if I can wait for minibus, I might miss this barrio. So what did I do? I decided to hang on the lorry so that it can transport me all the way to nearest shopping center of the barrio. The worst thing is I didn't know exactly where I was going. So I was like, okay, I'll lean on this lorry, hang on this lorry until where I'll figure out I'm close to, because you see I had some landmark. I was told to stop there and alight there so that I can just pass by foot and find my way out. So I decided, let me hang on this lorry until that place. The best thing is, the first time you hang on lorry, I know how to run after the lorry as it's still moving and hang on it. We went, I can tell you the worst thing was the road was very rough. It was a malam road, and not a malam where these days malam where people do have the actual malam. No, that time it was a malam where people have put some ballast on it so that it cannot be deteriorating or being deteriorating during rain season. So you find this is a road where you have some open stone somewhere, you find a stone which is up somewhere like that. So what I did, I hung on the lorry until we reached to a point where I was like, this is my stage. But remember, the issue was where I was to alight, it was on top of a hill. But you are on the back of the lorry, so you are not able to see it all this time. As the lorry is going above, is going up the hill, I was not be able to see it. But the best thing is, the lorry was really traveling at a very low speed, the lowest of all. Those two gentlemen we had who were hanging on the lorry with me, the best thing is, during this time when the lorry is going up the hill, they managed to alight, and just they alight as the lorry is going very slowly, and they were able to leave, and I was left on the top of the lorry alone. There is that thing where you find when you are alone in something, you start worrying and you start feeling, oh, now I have to leave. When the time I was realizing this is the stage which I'm supposed to be alighting, let me say the lorry have already gone all the way and climbed the hill. So it was now time for the lorry to go downward. And all this time, remember, the driver even doesn't have an idea that there is someone who is hanging on the back. That you can tell this driver, oh, slow down, I want to get out. No, the driver even doesn't know. So what I did after the lorry started accelerating, I was like, no. Now this lorry, where it was heading, it was a town. And this town, it will be like, I wasn't so familiar with this town. I didn't want to go to that town because I'm like, I don't have money in the first place. Second off, yes, I have a phone, but what will I be telling my parents I went to this town to do? Because I was not even supposed to be in that direction in any way. So what do? I decided now I have hung on many lorries as a young man, as I was in my junior school, things like that, and I used to alight the lorries and just to do whatever I want. But this time round, this lorry is going very fast. It have been very long time before I can alight a lorry or any moving car. So what I did, I decided, okay, you know what, I can alight right now, and I alight that time. But the issue was, if you happen to alight on a car, on a moving vehicle, to just touch down on a moving vehicle, remember this, you are supposed at least to follow that vehicle before you let it go, because your body was in a motion. So that was going on. Instead of me to alight and continue following the vehicle so that my body can calm down, I stopped. Like, you touch down and start there. What happened is, for those who have never done something like that, let me tell you, your body gets pulled forward by the motion. I don't know whether it's inertia or whatever. You get being pulled forward by that motion at the speed of which the lorry or the car which you are in is going on. Remember, I told you this road was full of stones and everything. I can tell you this, I fought down like this with my hand. Then after striding on the stone for around like 2 meters, I don't know what happened. My head bent down and I was hit on this side. All over this side, I had some big blue stars and some serious wounds. So, and after all this time I have strided, I decided now I can stand up and try to go where I was going. You remember, after something like that have happened, you always in shock and you don't feel any pain, you don't even reason, you are like a mad person. But there was some matatu minibus which was passing by, and these guys of the minibus decided, they just saw how badly I'm hurt and how badly I'm injured. They decided to help me. And remember, this minibus is coming from where I was waiting for it. I don't know whether immediately after we left with the lorry, the minibus came, but it was right behind us. So the minibus, actually, I can say thank you to that driver. I don't remember any number plate. I don't remember anything. They actually helped me. They picked me from the road. They put me in the minibus as they were having some passengers. Actually, they changed the direction where they were going, and they drive me to a nearest hospital. That hospital, when I was driven to the hospital, they just upon arriving on the gate, they called some nurse. Actually, they did take me to casualty, because immediately after the accident, I cannot remember anything. I kind of black out. I did black out and forgot I didn't remember anything. I remember very well them taking me to the hospital, putting me in the car. The other thing I remembered, I was in the casualty. Then upon arriving in the casualty, this is Kenya. Man, I tell you, they asked me, do you have any insurance? And I'm like, I don't have. And they are like, we cannot help you. I was breathing in the casualty, just watching them helpless, because they cannot help me. By good luck or by bad luck, my phone at that time didn't have any pin lock. So as I was there and I don't understand anything, I'm kind of confused. One of the nurse, I don't remember, I wish I could have taken her name. I would just go back there and say thank you to her one of these days. One of the nurse did pick the phone, because she know very well no one would be helping me, no one would be attending at me because I don't have money. She did pick my phone, swiped up and called my mom and asked her and told him, oh, you know so and so, and he is your son. Yeah, he is here in the hospital, he have been in an accident, and we need this and this amount of money so that he can be treated. And remember, I came at that time. My parents were a poor family. So what did they do? They had to call some people for some help. They called my brothers and anyone who could have helped. In within like 20 minutes, I can tell you, my mom was in the hospital, and it's somewhere. If you just come in a normal way, maybe drive or even, and you see, this is not someone who is driving herself, so it's someone who is taking 2 or 3 bus to that place and a motorbike on the way. She managed to be in the hospital in 20 minutes time. Within 20 minutes, she was in the hospital and she came with money. And immediately after the doctor was given the money, after she paid that 10,000 which they were asking for, I can tell you, I don't know where the doctor came, but immediately they all came lashing to treat me. And I was like, are you the same people who were here watching me like I'm kind of a dog or an animal who is waited to die so that people can slaughter and enjoy the meat, or what? But I don't have issue with that, because maybe the doctor have no control of it, because this is the hospital management which have decided, oh, you know what, this is how we'll be going on with our life. I don't know where we reach to a point where the life of a human being is such useless thing if you don't have money. That's what I experienced at that day, and I know majority of people who maybe have find themselves in that situation. You find yourself that no one is trying, even taking care of you, just because you don't have any single coin in your pocket. After a week, I was able to heal and recover. I went home. I was given a month of bed rest so that I can be able to recover very well. And on top of that, I had lost a lot of blood, so I was told not to work because I would be feeling some dizziness if I do a lot of job. You see, you don't have enough blood. Let's say from that time, I have never tried to hang on any lorry, and it's given me even a worry of even traveling on anything open. I fear motorbike. I fear going at at a very high speed, because I came this close to die. I don't blame anyone. It was all because of my stupidity. I couldn't wait for one thing. I was going for burial, only almost to force to have another burial of someone who was going for a burial. It was so chaotic, and I can tell you this. I know I have. My mom cannot say yes or no, but she was very, very terrified. She was worried, very, very sick, worried. Like, you see, you were with someone like 20 minutes ago, and now you're receiving phone call from the hospital telling you, oh, you know, this and this person, he have been involved in accident. Like the guy, and you are like, where this and this place? The place where I was involved in accident and where I was supposed to be, those are the two different things. I was supposed to be the farthest possible ever. But the issue is, it's because of lying. And from that day, I learned this. Don't worry about what people will decide or what will happen. If you are actually going for transport, or you are traveling somewhere, please, please, please try to avoid as much lie as possible. Maybe you can lie to your parent, or maybe you can lie to a partner or something like that, but at least try to let one of the close person to you to know that you are at this and this place. Lying is good and bad at the same time. That's what I learned from that day. And as I'm telling you this story, the whole of my family member are hearing this story today. Because instead of me stop lying at that time, after the accident, I went ahead and lied to them that I was on a motorbike and some lorry came from nowhere, push us to the road, to the edge of the road, and we fall. When they ask about the boda rider or this operator, motorbike operator, and I'm telling them, you know what, I did blackout. Yes, I was not lying, I blacked out, but there was nowhere. I was on a motorbike. When I was on motorbike, I didn't ever involved in an accident. This accident happened only because I was trying to save some money, only because I was in hurry and I had all this time to plan myself for, and instead of just going in the right way and wait, even if you reach to the barrier when it's almost done, it's okay, instead of you dying trying to go there. And that is my story, how I almost died. And this is not like where you say you are almost, like I was sure of. This is my day, because after hitting down on the road with my head, I can tell you I didn't remember anything. But before I can black out, I was sure I was sure of this is it. When I'll be waking up, I'll be in heaven or hell, or where the people who die go. Thank you. It's such a sad story, but I decided I cannot stay with it anymore, because no one have ever heard that. But maybe after this story, some of the people can be helped, and next time try not to be in hurry. If there would be no any bad thing that could happen if this lorry could take me to the town where it was going, which was very close to where I was. All I could have done is call those, either my brothers and my parents, and what could they do is only just to be mad on me, just shout on me. But the amount of money we spent on the hospital, and the money we could have they could have sent to me if I went all the way to that town, it's totally not the same thing. So next time, make the right decision. Next time, I'll make the right decision. Peace.